Sparkling through the streets in just about a week, floats will light up the night sky across central Phoenix for the APS Electric Light Parade. ABC 15, a proud sponsor. You'll see members of our team in the parade. I'm honored to co-host this year alongside Heidi Goitia from Sonoran Living. And as we gear up to celebrate, we also have to honor this year's Grand Marshal, Make-A-Wish Arizona. Now in its 45th year, the group has granted thousands of wishes since 1980. Recently, I had the chance to sit down with the woman who helped launch all of the magic right here in this community.
He was a very proud little policeman.
He is the tiny trooper who made an enormous impact.
Many people don't accomplish a lifetime of what this little 7.5-year-old did.
But that would be all Christopher Gracious needed. When you first saw Chris in his uniform that day, what was the first thing you thought?
Wow.
For Chris's mom, Linda Pauling, that day back in 1980 may have well as been last week. The memories are still just as fresh, just as real, just as vivid as the moment she helped him put his helmet on.
Chris became a major that day and just outranked everybody in the driveway, you might say.
Amazing, not just because of his size or his age or the fact that he completed his training in just one day, but because of the obstacles Chris had to overcome to get there.
Christopher with leukemia really didn't let it stand in our way.
A diagnosis, but not a determination. That's how Linda and Chris saw his battle with cancer.
Fun was our main goal, and that's exactly what we did.
When DPS heard about Chris, his 3.5-year battle with cancer, and his one wish that still hadn't been granted, they and an entire community came together, complete with a helicopter ride.
They flew him around and just had a ball.
Cruising around on 4 wheels.
Chris was telling the guys all about the bells and the whistles and what to do.
An official DPS badge.
And that's when he pinned on Chris's chest.
What was that like for you as his mom to finally get to see him have some celebration through all of the pain?
I don't even think Webster would know the words to put in a dictionary. I really don't. I know what it meant to Chris. I really do. I saw it firsthand. I know what it meant to me because I felt it firsthand. This was literally the last week of his life, which was full of joy, full of happiness, and his dream did come true.
Linda would soon find out the dreams were just getting started.
After 3 years of hospitals and doctors, there's more kids, and it was kind of unanimously, let's go find him. You know, let's start an organization to where let a kid make a wish and we try to make it happen. Well, between 5 of us, we came up with $37.76 and one big dream. Talk about grassroots, we had more dirt than grass, trust me.
But the seeds had already been planted. Since then, Make-A-Wish has grown into an international organization, granting more than 615,000 wishes here in the U.S. alone for kids facing critical illnesses.
We're in the falls! Woohoo!
Was it maybe an escape from everything that you'd been going through?
Yeah. I forgot all about why I was there. I wasn't even thinking about the tumor.
I've been lucky enough to share some of those stories.
My Kleenexes are not there.
You're not supposed to make me cry. I just think, someone who had cancer as a kid, what's always struck me about you is, and in hearing the story today, it's almost like you've tried to replicate that same sense of joy.
That was my whole purpose, to give that wish that was given to us to someone else. My wish is when I pass, Christ will be there, and get my hugs from Christ, and then I want to see little Chris run and jump in my arms. So that's my wish.
But Linda says the work isn't over yet, so she still has a lot more work to do. But it's emotional to see these wishes and just the fact that kids have to go through this, right? But what I love about Make-A-Wish Arizona is that for that moment, they get to forget all about everything that's been happening. And that is what makes this such a magical organization.
I always think about what your family went through, you know, knowing that you're a cancer survivor, and I have a young son. And those are the things you think about, is giving them the joy that you just would give the world to them. To give them this small thing is so special. So thank you for sharing that. I'm sorry, I'm very pregnant and very emotional. So,
You're so sweet. No, here, give me a hug. You're so sweet.
It's very sweet of you to cover these stories for these folks. So people know about this that's going on, because now they can help. And the APS Electric Light Parade is a big part of that.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's a celebration for so many folks, but it's also a way to give back.
It is, and I can't think of a more deserving organization to be Grand Marshal this year. And what an honor it has been to get to work with them on some of these stories and spotlight these amazing kiddos and their families. A quick reminder, that parade is happening on Saturday, December 6th, starting at 7. If you can't make it in person, that's okay. We're going to be streaming the whole parade live on abc15.com and also our streaming devices here.
We want to send things over to meteorologist Ashley DiMartino. You know, yeah, it's hard not to get emotional with some of these things when you see these kids involved and you see these people who are taking action to turn that pain into purpose. That is for sure.
Definitely, for sure. Nick, you were not supposed to make us cry this morning, but thank you for that amazing story.